Welcome back to another episode of the Law of Attraction. Now, in this episode, I wanted to talk about the concept called the mirror effect. Now, this concept is extremely helpful when it comes to people that want to use the Law of Attraction to manifest a different life or just something different or something specific in their lives. So the mirror effect basically states that all of us basically are essentially mirrors, right? So you are a mirror in itself. So I want you to think about yourself as those liquid metal beings that you always see in the Terminator movies, with no face, no clothes, no money, no personality, no car, no nothing. So it's just this reflective being. And I also want you to, for a moment, visualize everybody else in the universe or everybody else on this planet as being that exact same liquid metal beings who just walking around, no face, no expression, no clothing, no ego, no nothing, right? It's just mirrors. Like everybody is a mirror. So I want you to just visualize. So even if you need to close your eyes, so close your eyes and just envision you be walking around as this reflective being, and everybody that you encounter also likewise being this reflective entities or beings. And these mirrors are special mirrors. So they are not, if you walk up to a person, let's say you walk up to this reflective being, what you see back, the reflection that you see back is not the reflection that your eyes would see. So your eyes wouldn't see yourself. But what this special mirror basically reflects back to you is everything that you're trying to hide from the outside world. So it's reflecting back to you all the beliefs that you have internally, all the insecurities, all the fears, all the desires. Everything that you're trying to hide from the outside world is being reflected back to you. And that is what you see through somebody else's eyes, or reflected through somebody else's eyes back to you. And that reflection is not a physical reflection, so it's not something that you see physically, but it is reflected back to you through their engagement with you, their responses, how they speak to you, what they say to you. All of those different things are the method or the way in which your true inner being, what you're trying to hide from the outside world, is being reflected back to you. So if you're trying to use this law of attraction to manifest something outside of you, like everybody always say, the law of attraction doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. And the law of attraction, or God, or whatever you want to call it, is essentially other people reflecting and giving you back that experience of who you actually are. So if you are insecure, that will be reflected back to you through some engagement, some response of let's say you say something to somebody, and their response that they give you might reflect back to you that what you are dreading, what you are fearing, or what you are believing about yourself. Have you ever been in a situation where you've said something to somebody else and it's offended them, and their responses clearly indicated that you've now offended them in some form or manner, and you've got absolutely no idea what just happened because that wasn't your intention to offend them? And that's an example of you also likewise being a reflective mirror for their insecurities, their beliefs, everything that they believe themselves to be. So there's no way that you can hide yourself from the outside world and hide your fears and hide your beliefs and hide everything about you, because that's what people want to do. Nobody wants to go outside and just give the world or tell the world all of their deepest, darkest secrets and desires and fears and insecurities. They want to hide those. So you hide those through the clothes that you wear, the makeup that you wear, the car that you drive, the relationship, everything that you're trying to fill yourself or cover up yourself and cover up your own insecurities. And that's what you're trying to show the outside world, because your biggest fear is that they will uncover who you truly are, and then they'll reject you. But what you don't realize is that the way you present those mirrors cannot be manipulated. It cannot be lied to. So you cannot hide who you truly are from the outside world. And once you try and do that, then it will continuously be reflected back to you, because the universe is trying to tell you that you're not being authentic, you're not being yourself. It's an exposure of who you truly are, and everybody fears that exposure, and that's why we have these emotional reactions to somebody saying something without any intention of hurting us, or by being rejected by a job that we applied for, or trying to get into that relationship, trying to approach that person, we get rejected, and then we have an emotional reaction. So if you're trying to use the law of attraction to manifest something outside of you, then first, I would suggest to, yes, put it out there, because you might just have this idea of what you want and what you want to manifest, and that's fine. But try and put it out there. If you have this idea of what you want, put it out there, and then see if you get rejected in some form or way, see how that makes you feel. Because the emotional reaction will tell you a lot about what you need to fix inside of you, because the world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. If there is something outside of you that you don't have at the moment, and you want that, put it out there, and then see what the response is, see what the rejection is, and then see what emotional response and thoughts you have regarding or surrounding that rejection. Then you know where to go, where to turn inwards, because law of attraction is not about finding the best method of approaching the outside world and manifesting something from outside. The law of attraction is ultimately finding the best method to uncover what you're missing inside of you and then fixing that. So put it out there, see what the rejection is, see what the emotional response is towards that rejection. Like, let's take an example. Let's say you are running a business and you keep on losing clients. Now, let's say two people that's running the exact same business and both are losing clients. Now, the one person might be, the emotional response might be fearful towards money and finances, because now less clients means less income. The other person might not, running this exact same business, losing the exact amount of clients, might not worry about the finances diminishing, but they might fear or feel a certain level of emotion towards the actual person, or them as a person running the business being rejected, and they don't like that. So it's the exact same scenario, but it has different effects on different people, and it's based on who we are. So the exact same experience out there can reflect something completely different to who you are as a person. So the person that's worried about finances might internally not be managing their finances properly, and subconsciously they know that. They know they are overspending. They know they are not managing their finance or their wealth or their money or whatever it is properly, and that's causing this underlying anxiety and fear for clients leaving the company or the business. So that means that as much as they want to go out and manifest more and more and more, they have not changed internally. They don't feel worthy of getting more clients because they know they're not going to properly manage their finances. And that's an indication for them. Instead of now wanting to use all kinds of visualization techniques and vision boards and all of those things to manifest more and more and more clients, which won't work, because the world is just reflecting back to that person who they truly are. And that's somebody that's insecure surrounding their money. So you'll continue to encounter, or that person will continue to encounter scenarios outside of them that will reflect back to them who they truly are, which is not internally, don't have the skills or capabilities to properly manage, or the beliefs to properly manage their finances. Now let's take the other person as an example, that don't care about the money. They might know how to properly manage their business and their finances, or not the business but the finances side, but they fear that person leaving them, because they connect an emotional attachment to that person. So what they might end up doing is offering free services to these clients, just begging these people to come back and phoning them and really annoying people and annoying the clients and irritating them, because they just want those people to come back because they fear that rejection. Now, internally, they might have a low self-worth towards or about themselves, and they connect it to outside people continuously trying to or rejecting them. And the rejection might just be too difficult for them to handle and to understand. So they need to first, instead of trying to manifest more clients in order to become or feel better about themselves, because more clients to them will make them feel worthy and validated, instead of trying different techniques, visualization and all sorts to get that from the outside world, rather turn inwards and say, why do I feel this way? Because it might be that somebody said something when that person was a child that made them believe that they're not worthy of somebody else's presence, or somebody else wanting to spend time with them or wanting to be in their presence. And they need to fix that internally. And once both of these scenarios, I mean, you can apply this to anything and any part of your life, but once that person has fixed that inside of them, they don't need to now apply visualization techniques. They can, but I mean, it wouldn't be necessary, because naturally that is who they then become and who they are. They don't fear losing money. They don't fear losing clients. And naturally that will just come to them as much as they, in fact, at that stage, have you ever seen people that will say especially when it comes to business, will say in their business that I don't have capacity to take on new clients, so please, you're on a waiting list, or I can't accommodate you, please go to somebody else. And I've been in that exact same position where I've heard that from other business owners, and me being a business owner myself, I would think to myself, but hang on, why don't you just help those clients? Like, make the time, make the product, make everything that's needed in order to have those clients, because you don't know if tomorrow comes, you'll still have enough clients. But that was the old version of me that was desperate to get more clients. But once you have fixed that part within yourself, that's when these kinds of things happen. And then you can truly say to yourself, you know what, I'm not going to go out with you tonight because I just don't feel like it. Because you know that you're confident within yourself, and that's talking relationships, but you're confident within yourself that I can get the next person to be interested in me, or I am an interesting person, and people just generally want to be around me. The same goes with finances. Like, I don't need your business now because there's so much business coming to me that I can honestly just handle whatever the capacity I have for. And that's a part where you want to get to. So instead of focusing on, again, the outside world, trying to manifest through applying different techniques and methods, really focus on this, maybe go out into the world and focus on this mirror effect. See yourself as this reflective being, and see other people as these reflective beings. And whatever response you're getting from them, don't take it, well, you are going to take it personally, but take it personally and then analyze that emotion, analyze that feeling that come up, and ask yourself, what do I need to change within myself in order to not get offended by that exact same thing that person say? Or that person might not even say that thing to me, because what we're doing is we are constantly seeking, we are so laser focused on what we believe our reflection should look like. So we're trying to manipulate, we're trying to hide who we truly are from the outside world. But at the same time, we're constantly laser focused on looking for that reflection. So we don't see the good things. We will, out of an hour-long conversation with somebody, highlight the one thing that will pinpoint back to us what we're trying to hide. So if you're trying to hide one thing, you can literally have an hour-long conversation with somebody and forget everything that person said, but just remember that 2 words that they said, because now you are looking, you're laser focused and looking and waiting for the one thing that will confirm and that will expose who you truly are. Because the whole time when we step out of our comfort zones, or out of the house and getting into other people's surroundings and spaces, we are trying to hide who we truly are, and we don't want to be exposed. So I want you to truly take this concept and focus on this concept and go into the outside world, as I said, and really apply this and put yourself out there. Look at or observe the rejection, observe the emotion that goes with that rejection, the emotion that comes up in you, and focus on fixing that part. And then automatically you won't need to apply any law of attraction technique, because automatically those things will be attracted to you, because then that is what you heal, is what you become, and then what you become is what will be attracted back to you. So if there are anybody that are still struggling with certain areas of their lives and need more help, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you, or send me an email. The link is in the description below, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. All the best. Thank you for watching.